Tupac Shakur, the poet of pain. Las Vegas, September 7, 1996. The desert air buzzed with heat and neon, a night painted in fame and fury. Tupac Amaru Shakur sat in the passenger seat of a black BMW, music thumping through the speakers, the kind that made the night feel alive. He was 25, the world at his feet, a legend in motion. Yet, behind his smile, something heavier lingered, the kind of silence that comes when a man has seen too much. Crowds screamed his name outside the MGM Grand moments earlier. Cameras flashed. But now, on the corner of Flamingo and Koval, headlights pulled up beside him. In a heartbeat, the roar of an engine turned into the crack of gunfire. For bullets tore through the night, through glass, through flesh, through history. As the smoke cleared, the world lost more than a rapper. It lost a prophet. And somewhere in the chaos, the poet of pain whispered his last prayer. Like, share, and subscribe. And tell us where you're watching from. This is the story of Tupac Shakur, the man who lived louder than life, and died trying to tell the truth. Tupac was born in 1971, in East Harlem, New York City, a child of revolution. His mother, Afeni Shakur, was a member of the Black Panther Party, a woman of fire and intellect who carried both strength and scars. His father, Billy Garland, also a Panther, was often absent, leaving Afeni to raise her son in a storm of poverty, politics, and survival. She named him Tupac Amaru after a Peruvian revolutionary who defied colonizers and died for his people. From the beginning, his name was a prophecy of rebellion, pain, and purpose. But the streets of Harlem were not kind. They were loud with sirens, sharp with hunger, and heavy with injustice. Tupac saw things no child should see: struggle, eviction, addiction. Yet in that chaos, he found art, the language of expression that would one day set him free. When Afeni moved the family to Baltimore, life began to change. Tupac enrolled in the Baltimore School for the Arts, a place where he met kindred spirits and learned to use his voice like a weapon. He studied Shakespeare, poetry, acting, and ballet. His teachers called him gifted. His classmates called him magnetic. He was the kid who could turn pain into performance. But when the bills piled up, Afeni moved again. This time to Marin City, California. A new city, a new struggle. The dreamer became the hustler. The stage became the street. Tupac never forgot the lessons of his mother or the rhythm of the city. Every verse he wrote after that carried both her wisdom and the world's wounds. It started with a beat and a belief. In 1990, Tupac joined the hip-hop group Digital Underground, first as a dancer, then as a rapper. He called himself MC New York, carrying his East Coast roots with West Coast pride. His verses were raw, angry, real. They weren't about fantasy, they were about survival. When he released his debut album, Tupacalypse Now, the world wasn't ready. He spoke of police brutality, racism, and poverty, not from a distance, but from the inside. Songs like Brenda's Got a Baby told stories America preferred to ignore. A teenager abandoned by the system, a community too broken to care. Politicians called his music dangerous, but to the youth in the ghettos, it was gospel. Tupac wasn't rapping for fame. He was documenting the lives of the forgotten. His music became a mirror, reflecting what society tried to hide. And in that reflection, millions saw themselves. He wasn't just a rapper. He was a reporter, a poet, a messenger. Every time he grabbed a microphone, he was preaching survival in a language the world finally had to hear. But with every truth he spoke, enemies grew louder. The police harassed him, politicians condemned him, and record executives tried to silence him. His mother battled addiction. Friends betrayed him. Fame became a double-edged sword, blessing and curse. In 1993, he was charged with assault, then later accused of sexual abuse, a charge that divided the world and haunted him till death. Tupac claimed innocence, saying he was set up. But the headlines were merciless. The same media that once called him brilliant now painted him a menace. He spent months in prison, writing poems, reading philosophy, and questioning everything: fame, loyalty, even God. Inside those walls, he became something deeper. He wrote of revolution and repentance, of pain and prophecy. His letters from prison revealed a mind torn between two worlds, the activist his mother raised and the outlaw the streets demanded. He once said, "I'm not saying I'm gonna change the world, but I guarantee I'll spark the brain that will." And he did, with every word, every wound, every warning. But freedom came with a price. When Suge Knight of Death Row Records paid his $1.4 million bail, Tupac walked out of prison into another kind of cage, one built of money, music, and murder. Death Row turned Tupac into a superstar. With All Eyes on Me, he became a global icon, the first double rap album in history to go multi-platinum. His charisma was unmatched. His voice, electric. His words, a storm. Songs like California Love and Ambitions as a Rider weren't just hits, they were anthems of rebellion and pride. He bought houses for his friends, cars for his crew, and hope for the hood. But behind the diamond chains and flashing lights, the same boy from Harlem was still searching, for peace, for purpose, for truth. He was living fast, but thinking deeply. In interviews, he spoke like a philosopher, dissecting racism, justice, and humanity. He talked about a thug life code, not as glorification of crime, but as a symbol of resilience, surviving a system designed to break black men. To millions, he became the voice of the voiceless. To others, a symbol of danger. But either way, everyone was listening. Fame turned friends into foes. The East Coast-West Coast feud became more than music. It was blood, pride, and ego. Tupac's relationship with the notorious B.I.G. crumbled, transforming brotherhood into rivalry. What began as art turned into warfare. He felt betrayed, by the industry, the media, and sometimes even himself. The shooting at Quad Studios in 1994 left him paranoid and angry. He believed the attack was a setup. He accused Biggie and Puff Daddy of betrayal, a claim they denied till death. But once that trust was gone, peace became impossible. The world watched as two of hip-hop's greatest voices were pitted against each other by forces that thrived on conflict. And in that chaos, Tupac's poetry grew darker, his tone sharper. He spoke of death like he saw it waiting at the door. He recorded songs in a frenzy, as if he knew time was running out. "I see death around the corner," he once rapped, and maybe, just maybe, he did. That night in Las Vegas wasn't random. It was the climax of years of violence, loyalty, and vengeance. When the bullets hit, they didn't just pierce his body, they pierced a culture. The boy who dreamed of changing the world became the martyr of his own prophecy. Tupac Shakur died on September 13, 1996. But his voice never did. He left behind over 700 recorded songs, journals, poems, and interviews that revealed a man far beyond the myths. A man who believed that love was stronger than hate, that art could heal, and that truth, no matter how dangerous, was worth dying for. In the decades since, his influence has only grown. From Kendrick Lamar to J. Cole, from activists to academics, Tupac's words echo across generations. His poems are studied in universities, his lyrics quoted in protests, his image painted on murals across the world. He became more than a rapper. He became a symbol of resistance, of honesty, of the human fight for meaning in a broken world. He showed us that genius and pain often walk hand in hand, that even in tragedy, beauty can rise. In one of his final interviews, he said, "I'm not a role model. I'm not perfect. I'm just real. I'm just telling my story." And that's what he did, tell our story, in his own voice. Tupac Shakur, the poet, the prophet, the soul that burned too bright to last. Like, share, and subscribe, and tell us where you're watching from. Because legends like Tupac don't die. They just live forever in the words they left behind.